Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. And I wanted to, well, first of all, right now the time is approximately 5:38 p.m. That is Eastern Standard Time, because I don't think Eastern Daylight Time has begun yet. And the date is Wednesday, February 10th, 2016. It is Ash Wednesday today, which, of course, being a happily recovered Catholic, I totally forgot about. And then, you know, I saw somebody at my local ShopRite, and I was like, oh, today's Ash Wednesday. So I want to begin this video by showing something that I received as a gift. I have been enjoying all of the beautiful tarot bags that I've been receiving lately. And this actually goes out to Tarotista because I had received this particular tarot bag, which is actually a tarot case, as a goddess-graced gift from somebody that I hold in high esteem. So, it is called the Arcana Case Silk Run. It's a handmade tarot bag in Peacock and Golden Vine. And look at this. Ooh. 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 I mean, it's gorgeous. It is utterly gorgeous. Now, with me, there's always a story behind everything. So, there is a tarot deck, and it's one of the tarot decks that I used at this past Sunday's Oracle of Dreams Tarot and Astrology Salon at Catland. And it's called the Art Nouveau Tarot. It was published by U.S. Game Systems, and it was created by a gentleman named Matt Myers. And I've had the deck for a while. I'm not a big Art Deco, Art Nouveau type person. I love the artistic style of Art Deco and Art Nouveau, but it's not something I go crazy about. But I can appreciate the beauty of it. Ironically, I have a client who lives for Art Nouveau. She loves that style immensely. So I remember I've had this deck probably for at least 20 years because it was published, if my memory serves me correct, in the late 1980s, like around 1989, 1990. And I love the deck from the very beginning. It's a little bit smaller than standard size, so if it's still in print, for those of you who use tarot and you want a tarot deck that's a little bit smaller than standard size, this is a good bet. Now, I purchased this padded wooden box several years ago at a flea market, and I remember that I loved that it had a hinge, and I could like do a lock thing, and it had almost like a Chinese style to it, but it was like a medium to dark wood. And the tarot deck fit in there perfectly, along with some crystals. So when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah. Now here's the interesting thing. Approximately, I'd say about 3 or 4 days ago, and it was actually about 2 days before I received this tarot bag. The box fell, and it fell to the point that it really could not be repaired. It didn't split into a million pieces, but it was like, okay, this is not going to be used for this deck anymore, or for anything else anymore. Now, I didn't realize that at the time, because I hadn't worked with this deck in at least 2 years prior to this past Sunday. So I didn't realize at the time that this tarot case is a color match to the back of the card, to the back of the card design of the Art Nouveau Tarot. So I'm going to read the description of the color: Peacock and Golden Vine. So here's the peacock blue, and here's the golden, and here's the golden vine. Now, this is the back of the card design of the Art Nouveau Tarot. So I'm going to do this, Okay. I'm going to do this, take 2. And then I'm going to do this. Yeah, this was not intentional, by the way, because I did not know this deck was going to go into this case until after that box broke. So Tarotista, thank you for this. And I'm going to read what she wrote, because it's not really, it's not like an overly personal thing. Appreciate your patience. Arcana cases are worth the wait, I hope. Yes, they are, Tarotista. Yes, they are. Use it in good health and good spirits. She gave me a blessing. I'm so happy. So I love this, and it is an ever-increasing number of tarot bags, tarot pouches, tarot cases, and I love this. I love the whole thing. And it is silk-lined. The outside is silk. On Tarotista's Etsy shop, she has the story about how these Arcana cases came to be. And I love the story. I love the whole thing, and I just realized I'm gonna just leave this as itself, because I'm like, this was gonna be a video leading to something else, but I'm like, you know what? No, I'm gonna just devote this entire video to this, because you know what? I know there are other goddess-graced gifts coming to me. And I am actually going to review a few decks soon, because there are some decks that, there are some decks that are forthcoming. So anyway, so Tarotista, thank you to my beautiful life partner in divine concert for giving me this as a goddess-graced gift. Thank you. I love, it's so funny, because I used to never go crazy for tarot bags and tarot pouches. It was like that, whatever, it was like whatever, and that's not to, and please know that's not to disrespect the people who make these gorgeous bags, but it was just like, they didn't draw me. Now it's like, and the amazing thing is I'm finding these tarot pouches that just mesh so well with different decks. There's actually one that I probably will need to replace, because I cannot find it. I find it very frustrating. I do not live in the Taj Mahal, so it's not like I'm consulting the tarot or a pendulum to find out if something I misplaced is in the East Wing or the West Wing. And yet, I cannot find this fucking deck. And I'm just going to say it like that. Some of you may recall that my intention was to review a certain theme of tarot decks. That theme, as some of you may recall, was feline. There are other feline-themed tarot decks. There are 2 that are here someplace, and I cannot find them for shit. And yes, I have harassed St. Anthony. I have threatened to get rough with Tony, and nothing. I'm going to need to do it the magical way, because my personal psychic advisor, Roger Pratt, is a professional psychic who has spoiled me for other psychics, but he is also a 3rd-degree Gardnerian Wiccan. And he taught me something years ago as a way of finding misplaced items, and it always works. Well, let me rephrase that. It always works when I use it. If I don't use it, it doesn't work for me. When I use it, it does work for me. So yes, so I'm looking forward to showing off my future tarot pouches. This one, I felt, well, actually, I didn't even realize it at the time. I thought this was going to be just an intro to another video. No, now it's its own separate video. And there is a very gorgeous tarot pouch that I'm going to receive, which is just, it's uber gorgeous. That's all I will say. That one is going to have its own separate video too, because it's like beyond gorgeous. I've seen the mock-ups, and you'll be like, ooh, ah, oh. So when you see that one, it'll be your turn to do that. I won't be doing that, because you'll be beating me to the punch. Anyway, so I'm going to close it here. And thank you, YouTube. Thank you again to all of you who have been subscribing to my videos, who've been subscribing, yeah, let me do an official thank you, because you know what? I am still overflowing with gratitude from this past Sunday's Oracle of Dreams at Catland. So thank you again, Melissa from Catland. Thank you again, Brian from Catland. Thank you again, Stevie Chrysanthemum from Catland. Thank you again, Rebecca from Atlas Obscura. Thank you again to all the clients who had readings with me, Blue, Gary, Nate. Thank you for all of you who spread the word on and off social media. Thank you to everybody who came because of Atlas Obscura. Thank you to everybody who walked into the store and either purchased merchandise or had a reading. Thank you to Rebecca again for bringing a bottle of wine, no, a bag of wine, which was good. And also the clementines, which are so good. I think I had the last one, actually, so I was like, yeah. Thank you to the staff of Coda for taking outstanding care of us, because the food was great, the service was great, the prices were reasonable, and I was just really happy to be there. I was happy to be in the presence of 3 other very divine, magical people who give readings professionally, in spite of it being Super Bowl evening. What does that say about Coda? That it's phenomenal. That's what it says. What does it say about the people with whom I was spending time? That they are phenomenal. That's what that says. So yes, so I'm going to close the video here. Thank you again. I wish all of you a good night. This will not be my last video of the night. This will be this is now my second video. And I am concluding this video at approximately 5:50 p.m. on Wednesday, February 10th, 2016. I almost said 1996. Can you imagine? Good goddess. Anyway, good night. Until later. Until next time.